Ladies and gentlemen, I think I have found the perfect aquatic plant. That is going to be Pothos, golden Pothos, and the many different varieties of Pothos. Now this stuff is super hardy. It's very tough. It adapts quickly to water. You can take it right out of the dirt, wash the dirt off, drop the roots in, and it is good to go. You don't want to get the leaves in the water though, unless a stem like this grows into the water, then it will rot. If it grows into the water like that, it won't rot. That's just something I've kind of discovered while caring for Pothos, is that as long as you allow it to grow under the water, you're good on the rotting. The reason for that, you got me on. I'm not sure why that is, but that is something that I have discovered. Now, temperature wise, you're pretty much gonna be good with anything from 65 to 85. But I will say that personally I've had the best experience in the 75 to 80 range. That is the tropical temperatures that I keep my fish tanks at, and this stuff loves it. As you can see, we have some really nice growth coming through. Really good root systems. And all these bubbles are just from a Melicure dose that I had to do. But yeah, I mean, overall, these plants are doing great. We got healthy root systems going. But yeah, 75 to 85 degrees. Honestly, around 78, you're probably never going to have a problem with temperature. And of course, there are many different ways to stabilize Pothos to your tank. You can do anything from just wedging it behind a air tube like I've done here. You can do pre-made plant boxes. You can dangle a little planter like the kind with holes like I have here, just with some sticks clipped on. And then you can add Pothos into that like I have here. And then also I have some duckweed and some frog bit that I'm growing out, and I just have that in there so it doesn't get eaten. And I actually took this frog bit from outside about 2 days ago, and it was looking just about dead like what you see in the back there. But going from freezing temperatures to this warm tropical environment has just pretty much brought it back to life. So we have duckweed going, frog bit, and you can even wedge it into the lids like I've done here, as well as here and behind here. And look, this stuff is so easy to grow. You can even just throw it in a regular old bottle with some water, maybe some fish food, and a little bit of liquid fert, not much at all, and this stuff will just grow. Already a new growth growing right there. I also like to take it and wedge it into hang-on back filters, as well as these over-the-top filters that I have going. So yeah, so many ways, guys, that you can keep this stuff, and not just keep it, but actually get it to thrive, and it's not that difficult to do. You just need some water, some lighting, and depending on the climate where you live, a heater for your tank. Also depends on your fish stock. But yeah, I mean, you literally don't need much. Most sources will say that it needs indirect light, but I find that direct light makes it grow even faster. So pretty much the same as most plants, being the more light the better. You just don't want to have it too close to the light, and you don't want to have your lights on for too long. That is where you will start running into problems. I would say 8 hours a day on max, and then the rest of the time during the day have a window open or something like that for light, as the direct light for extended periods of time can cause problems. But just finding a solid balanced schedule is going to be the best thing for these plants. And when it comes to watering, of course, you don't have to water them with them being in a fish tank. However, if you are growing them in dirt, you can just water them with normal tap. You can make your own water by dechlorinating it. You can get distilled water from the store. If you have fish tanks, fish water is the best, of course. And we all know, of course, my favorite light to use is the Hygger light, which I will have linked. Definitely gives you the most versatility for sure with the light. Absolutely loving the growth that I'm starting to get on this Pothos. And if you would like to see more videos like this, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, and most importantly, stay fishy.